You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey there, Days of Our Lives fans. This is Soap Dirt from YouTube, and we have got the latest Days of Our Lives spoilers promo for you for the week of April 17th through 21st. We're going to tell you what the spoiler is about, and then we're going to kind of dig into our analysis of it based on other spoilers and info we have, and then we're going to show you the hot new Days of Our Lives spoilers. So remember, this is for next week, starting on April 7th. So the big first thing, there's 5 scenes in this promo. The first is in prison, and it's Megan Hathaway with her adoptive sister, Kristen DiMera. If you don't remember their history, Kristen was adopted. Megan is a biological child, but both definitely consider themselves true daughters of Stefano DiMera. And Megan tells her sister that between the two of them, there's no limit to what they can accomplish. Well, that doesn't sound good for anybody in Salem, does it? And then the second scene is Harris Michaels going to a farmhouse. And of course, it's Victor Kiriakis' childhood home. And he sees Beau there. And that's going to be a bit of a shock because Harris knows exactly who he is and he thinks he's dead. And then later in the scene, Hope asks Harris if he found anything. And we'll talk about why that's a very important question and why his answer might not be what you think. The third scene is Eileen Davidson as Thomas Banks. And this is very exciting. And done up as the guy Thomas that she plays, one of the Banks quadruplets, she is confronting Stephanie and Chad at gunpoint and asking, what are you kids doing here? And then we're going to see a scene of Andrew Donovan, and he's talking to John Black and Marlena Evans, and he stuns them when he tells them that Beau took Kayla, and yes, his uncle Beau Brady is alive. The fifth scene is Hope breaking into the same farmhouse with her gun drawn and looking around, and we see her aiming a gun. We don't see at who, and then she says, oh, dear God. So this is a huge promo. There's so much to unpack here, and we're just going to real quickly talk about what a lot of this could mean. The first thing we know from official spoilers with this scene with Megan Hathaway and Kristen DiMera is Megan specifically wanted to be sent to Statesville. It's not clear if she wanted that to be in Salem because she knows Beau will wind up there eventually, or if she specifically wanted to come to prison because her half-sister, Kristen DiMera, is there. Stepsister, whatever you want to call her, adoptive sister. And the official NBC spoilers for the next couple of weeks tell us that Megan and Kristen are going to be plotting a jailbreak. Of course, Kristen wants to be out of there. Even if she can't have Brady Black back in her life, she definitely wants Rachel Black. And you remember, she was actually trying to sneak out of town with her daughter Rachel before she was busted and tossed in Statesville. So she may want to go back and resume that plan, and maybe Megan is the perfect person to help her. Also, we're going to see Harris Michaels showing up at the farmhouse, and Beau Brady opens the door, and Harris is going to be really shocked. And the thing is there's more to this interaction, and we know specifically from upcoming Days of Our Life spoilers that Beau asks Harris not to tell Hope that he's alive. And that is going to be a conundrum for Harris Michaels because his whole thing about pursuing Hope romantically and with Andrew Donovan's blessing was that Andrew was saying, my Uncle Beau isn't alive. It's fine. It's no insult to his memory if you pursue her. And he basically, gave him his blessing to go ahead. But now Harris knows Beau is alive, and he knows that Hope doesn't know it, and he knows how strongly she felt about him. So he is in this tough spot. If he keeps the secret, since Beau doesn't seem to want her to know, then, Harris could maybe keep Hope for himself. But if he is busted lying to her, then he's going to lose her anyway, whether it's about the lie or about Beau being alive. So there's a lot to unpack there. And I just want to warn you, we did another video on this channel here about Beau and Hope's exit from Days of Our Lives. It is coming shockingly soon. Christian Alfonso said that they taped 12 to 15 episodes. She wasn't sure the exact count, but 12 to 15, and they have already aired in at least 10. So there are anywhere from 2 to maybe 5 episodes of Beau and Hope left, and we have to wonder if we're going to see them right off into the sunset together. The next scene is Thomas Banks, and he is cornered by Stephanie and Chad, and that's thanks to Megan lying to the ISA and telling Hope and Patch that Thomas Banks took Kayla. Well, of course he didn't. And I had been wondering if they were going to have Stacey Hyduck play this role, because a lot of times she has taken over playing several of the other Banks quadruplets plus Kristen, but she has never played Thomas. Only Eileen Davidson has ever played Thomas. We last saw her in the role on Days of Our Lives Beyond Salem Chapter 2, but it looks like Eileen made her way over to the NBC filming lot, and she put on her chest hair and her crazy teeth and her Elvis sunglasses, and bam, she is Thomas Banks. He wants to know why Stephanie and Chad are looking for him, and he's got a gun on them, and then Chad is going to do this weird thing where he like throws a hanky at Thomas and they're able to get away. But anytime we see Eileen doing one of the Wacky Banks quadruplets, it's a whole lot of fun. The fourth scene that we talked about is Andrew Donovan, and he is in Salem, and he is talking to Marlena and John, and he drops the bombshell that his uncle is alive and took Kayla. Now the big question is, where does he come by this information? Because that info is very limited, unless maybe Andrew saw some footage. Maybe he saw footage from that cop shop in Greece. I don't know. But right now, the number of people that know that he's alive are not very many, and Megan is very intent on keeping that circle very small because she doesn't want people to know. She doesn't want Hope to have him back. And then let's talk about this last big scene where Hope is at Victor Kiriakis' childhood home. She's got her gun out, and she thinks she's there to save Kayla, I think. And then we see her whirl around, gun out, like she's about to shoot someone, and then we hear this voiceover saying, "Oh my God." So she could be seeing Patch and Kayla, but let's really, really hope, and I'm definitely hoping, that it's Beau that she finally sees and that she's in shock because he died in her arms more than a decade ago, and there he is. Of course, he is not the man he once was. He thinks that he wants to be a Kiriakis, and it's a very messy situation. Further to this, because Hope and Beau are leaving together, that leaves Harris at loose ends, and so we tend to think that he might tell the truth, and that maybe that's why that she showed up at the farmhouse. But Steve Burton is under contract for a full year at Days of Our Lives playing Harris Michaels. So with Hope leaving in just a few episodes, we're going to have this brand new character in Salem, and it'll be very interesting to see how they use Steve Burton and whether or not he has a really good storyline, who's going to be his love interest. So if you like him, that's great. And if you like him, but you don't like him with Hope, that's great for you too, because Hope's not going to be around and he's about to be single as a Pringle. So that's what's happening. Those are some related spoilers, and that's our analysis of the new promo. And now we're going to show you the new Days of Our Lives promo for the week of April 17th. Be sure and click that subscribe button below, check out the video, and enjoy your day.
There's no limit to what we can accomplish.
Did you find anything?
Now what are you two crazy kids doing here?
The person who took Kayla was Uncle Beau.
Hello? Anybody here? Oh, dear God.